Indie Underground, 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 London Indie Underground. London Indie Underground, 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 London Indie Underground with your host Jimmy. London Indie Underground, 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 London Indie Underground with your host Jimmy. The music for all your needs with great personalities, bringing all white bands in the land to all broadcasting you straight out from the fall. London Indie Underground, 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 London Indie Underground with your host Jimmy. London Indie Underground, 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 London Indie Underground with your host Jimmy. James, that is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the London Indie Underground, London's only independent music podcast showcasing some of our area's most talented artists, bands, and personalities. It's the playoff edition of the podcast. Yeah, I'm sure you might be able to see on your screen there that we've added up our own screens so that we can watch Boston versus Toronto game.
Like we would miss that.
Yeah, we just couldn't miss it. So, I tweeted up earlier today, or I posted up. I apologize in advance if, we kind of blurred out into cheer or anger as a result of what we're seeing to your right here. But we've added the extra camera here today so you can see our mugs on the other side of the room. My name is Jimmy James. I'm broadcasting live from the Vault Recording Studio at Adelaide and Princess. If you're tuning in for the first time, and, maybe the second time as a result of our podcast last week with Kitty. But we've been doing this here for some time now. I think we're going on, 31, maybe even 32 episodes where we've been featuring London talent through interviews, through live band performances, and really been embraced by the community as becoming a great support structure for the independent movement here in London. So thank you for joining us this evening. Joining me, as always, co-host Mr. GB, Gary Begner.
Hello.
How are you, G?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm hot, man. I have a projector, if you can't see in front of me, right next to my laptop, and the fan is blowing the air directly at me, which is all the hot air vent. Mm-hmm. So I'm roasting.
I'm just going to leave it. I could have easily inserted a Leafs joke there, but I'm just going to leave it when you said hot air.
You know why? We'll wait until we get to Brendan because he'll probably throw it. I have my Kessel jersey right behind you, by the way, that I was going to slap on, but in lieu of the fact that I'm going to melt, I might wear it after they win. It's
funny. I was just today. I was going to wear my Vancouver Giants Milan Lucic jersey, but then I said it's too hot. So instead, I wore a Baltimore Orioles jersey, and that way I just keep.
Totally makes sense.
Because my team isn't playing until much later, so it's all
Is
good.
The Orioles your team?
Yeah, actually for baseball, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was thinking for a second there, maybe they're just another team.
Yeah, no.
Maybe you printed that jersey for all I know because you're into that stuff now,
yeah,
right?
I am. But no, this is like my classic Orioles.
Nice.
But yeah.
And also joining us today, as always, again, becoming more of a permanent fixture on the couch, Mr. Brendan Eady.
Oh, hi.
So you must be pretty stoked for this evening.
I got chills, man.
Did you see earlier today, FM 96, I believe, was the original post.
Oh, they posted the stats?
The stats, yeah, which is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the Leafs, correct me if I'm wrong, number 1 in hits overall in the league. Number 2, we're talking about this year. Number 2 penalty kill.
Yep.
I think
they were number 3 penalty kill. Boston was number 2.
Oh, were they?
Ottawa.
Oh, okay, sorry. They were number 1. I think maybe it was the hits that I'm thinking.
They were number 1 hits.
Okay.
Yeah, and fights.
But that's just Colton Orr on his own, though.
Yeah.
No, well, it's a team effort, right? It's a team effort. You can't. I mean, the guy's on the ice 6 minutes a game.
I know, but he just racks up all those hits just on his own, though.
Well, I mean, that's
dude's hardcore.
He is, man. Don't get me wrong. I love him. So I think when I say we, I mean the Leafs are ahead of.
It's a we versus we battle.
Exactly. It's Jimmy versus Edie. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that we're ahead of you for goals for, but we're losing in goals against by a difference of 20 goals, I think, on the year. Save percentage, 9-2-4 versus 9-2-9, Reimer versus Rask. So it's a pretty close race there. So, I mean, on paper, this looks to be, maybe a Game 7 series. I don't know.
Yeah, but it doesn't, show the stat that the Leafs have only won 1 game against the Bruins in 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do believe that all 4 of the games last year were 7-9-1, 7 or 9-1 almost.
They were. They were.
I mean,
Yeah.
this year's been a lot closer. I mean, all the games this year have been 1-goal games aside from the first. It's gonna be a good series. I'm saving my chirping. Everyone's expecting me to go off.
Yeah.
I think the Bruins will win. I'm pretty sure they're going to win, but I'm not going to chirp because if for some reason something, astronomical happens, I will never hear the end of it.
No, it's true.
Not even from just you guys, from the internet, from the world. My phone will probably blow up. Like,
That's what
And I'll be right there with everybody else.
and
blowing
even
that
if
shit
Bruins
up.
win the first 3, I'm not going to chirp game 4 because the Bruins lost to Philly 3 years ago
That
when
was
they
a
were
comeback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was the first time in how many years that there has been a team
That
that
had,
had come
yeah,
back
that's
and
only
won
been the
4
second
straight after being 3
time
down.
in
Yeah.
pro sports history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't chirp just because my team chokes. So.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I mean, at least you made it to Game 7.
Oh yeah, we've made it to the dance like all the way like twice.
Gary's a
Canucks
Vancouver
fan,
Canucks fan.
diehard Canucks fan. But
Well-
since I've been a kid, they've never hoisted it, and the Vancouver Millionaires were the only ones that have ever hoisted it. So that's like 1918. Go team! But it's the same thing, the same argument. Anybody, how many cups have you won? And it's like, how many cups has your team won? Well, none. But at the same time, it doesn't change how it affects what's going on right here. Because I always go back to that one year that the Sabres gutted their entire team
man.
and put the kids on the ice. They basically called up everybody from Rochester. They had like 2 stars. That's when everybody first saw Ryan Miller for the first time.
Yep.
They outplayed everybody, went so far. So it doesn't matter who. It's from this part here. It's a new series.
It's a whole new season.
Yeah.
Like anything could happen,
Yep.
and that's the scary part.
Yep.
Well, we'll see.
I gotta cheer for my Bruins though.
But I do think that Tuukka Rask does look an awful. He has a striking resemblance to Mo Sislak from The
Mo Sislak.
Simpsons.
Yeah, I saw you post that today.
Yeah, yeah. Here's your fries, eat them.
Here's your cup, win it.
Well, he also looks. He looks a lot like Milos Raonic too. Game's underway. Puck drop.
Yeah.
Score is 0-0. Just so you know.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated though. Well, I'm guessing you're probably watching the game. Hopefully, you've got it on kind of like in the background that we do. But anyway, moving right along. Also on the couch with us today is Alex, aka Junior.
Hello?
Is your mom here?
No, she couldn't make it
She
tonight.
couldn't make
Yeah.
it, eh? Well, you told her Ajay was going to be here?
No, she has to pick up my sister from some sporting event. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
I swear to God, it is.
Ajay in the other room is saying bullshit. He's calling bullshit, man. Well, thanks for joining us today. We made some room for you on the couch. Normally, Alex is doing one of 2 things. He's either in the other room, tending to our guests. Because sometimes, we do have an open door policy and we do invite people to come into the studio here and network and the whole bit. And the rest of the time, he's messing up my my audio stream for y'all. So,
sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I've been like once.
Just one time.
That's all it takes. Just took
Yeah.
one iceberg to take down the Titanic, my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
This is hardly the Titanic.
It sure is.
This is a little engine that could.
That's right. The little studio that could. So also joining us for the first time here, to my right and yours as well, is Mr. Manson Keeler from Manson Tattoo. How are you, Manson?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure. So Manson is coming on board as a sponsor here at London Indie Underground. We're really looking forward to working with you. I've had an opportunity to connect with you the last couple of days and to get to know you a little bit, but I wanted to invite you on and kind of give you a chance to connect, with our group and see if, you can maybe give some insights in terms of your perspective on the music scene, because I know it's maybe not as, from a musician's point of view, certainly being a tattoo artist, I can imagine that you've worked with, a number of musicians over the years.
Oh yeah, creative process has got a million different faces.
Oh, what a horseshit call.
And, music's one of them for sure. But I find with all creative people that the tie is there, and you kind of can see it on people. If they got creative energy, it's just kind of coming out of them nonstop anyway. So I know with the London, with the music scene that I've had, it's usually. I don't know, me being escorted at about 1 in the morning out of the bar, so I didn't really get to catch the last part of the show. But, there's so many good artists and musicians.
But at least you have represented the openers.
Oh, yeah, man, until they kicked me out for sure. It was sweet.
Well, Leafs just scored. Power play goal. Horseshit call.
That's right.
Tripping. He didn't even touch the guy. Literally.
So, Leafs
Anyways.
power play goal by, who was it, Van Riemsdyk? I'll take it. So I told you, I did, put a bit of disclaimer at the beginning of this podcast. I suggested that, we are going to venture into some hockey talk. So to tee up the program, and well, actually, before we do that, how rude of me. Also joining us,
Yeah, I was going to
Alexandra
say, but I'm
Kane.
like, you know what? That's fine. Jim.
Alex Kane, our intern here, who you may recognize from us co-hosting together at the Jack Richardson Music Awards, if not on previous podcasts. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well.
Am I still an intern?
You are.
Like,
I haven't got a
from an
promotion
intern?
yet. What the?
I've been at school. I'm just here now.
Oh, you're just hanging?
That's right.
You're not an intern anymore?
Just chilling
So
out.
you come as you are now.
Well, I
Now
mean,
you're just Alex
Rick,
Kane.
the temp, was a temp for 22 years.
Oh, okay.
That is true.
Van Riemsdyk from Franzen and Bozak, 154 on the power play.
You don't know who Rick the temp is?
No.
So Rick the Temp on Much Music
He's now
was
on
He's
Rick
on E-Talk.
Campanelli
Yeah.
He's on E-Talk.
on
Oh,
E-Talk.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Rick the temp on Much Music for like, I don't know,
Ever-
not 22 years, but
ever
like
and
15
ever.
years they associate him as Rick the temp.
That's crazy.
He'll always be the Temp to me.
He just
Oh yeah, I see him on that show and I'm like, fucking temp.
So, Alex, we haven't even formally discussed this on air yet,
No.
but you have brought your talents into the project that me and Ajay have been working on called Marcellus Wallace.
That's right. I am the keyboard player, backup vocalist extraordinaire.
You play some tambourine too, I think,
And
right?
some tambourine.
Nice.
Whilst playing.
Whilst.
Is that how you say it? Whilst?
I'll take it. I like that better.
Whilst playing the keys. That's
Amazing.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Very exciting. We've had a couple of really great practices here the past little while.
Yeah.
It's been really inspiring. I can't wait to get this thing going. But like anything else, you got to take the time and make sure you prepare. We don't want to
Well, that's true.
certainly do anything half-assed, right?
That's true.
Cool. All right. Well, henceforth, you will just be Alex,
Okay.
not the intern. He will still be Junior,
Awesome.
and I will still let him mess up my audio stream.
Awesome.
And you will still be Jimmy.
That's right. And the Leafs are still up 1-0. Oh yeah. So to tee up the program today, we actually got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. First and foremost, we're going to be joined at the top of the hour around 8 o'clock, if not a few moments after, by a local band here called A New Beginning. And if you've not checked them out before, I know they just dropped a new EP. They recently performed at the London Music Hall. Great band, lots of energy. And, one of the things that I really appreciate about A New Beginning is they really kind of exemplify that, the adage that we're all in this together. I always see them posting up about other bands in the market. I always see them, getting behind other shows and really, trying to bring together a community of bands because, really, I think that our way and our key to success is if we're all working together. And I think they really exemplify this, and it's really inspiring to me. And it, I'm privileged and humbled to have them on here today. We did a sound check. Sounds great. I can't wait to get into a performance. And we'll do an interview. They'll talk a little bit about the EP, which is a 3-song EP, so they'll be performing it in its entirety today, which will be great. What are you waving at now?
Oh, nothing.
No?
It's just well played when you said 3-song EP in his hand one.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like 3-song EPs? But it's the game.
It's a good EP, though.
It is a good EP.
Yeah.
They're honestly they're one of the hardest working bands that still have the drive that a lot of bands don't anymore.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's refreshing.
Definitely
good.
agree. We're also going to be premiering today a brand new video from a band called Halfway to Barstow, which was produced by 331 Productions, which will be doing some work with us here at London Indie Underground, and is also the group of guys that are behind the Heart and Lungs project, which we featured the kickoff, the behind the scenes, if you will, from terrible to tolerable. So we're going to be debuting that a little bit later on today. I think I figured it out. So I've been dabbling in this podcast software here and realizing that it's a pretty cool tool and it gives me lots of capabilities. So hopefully this thing goes off without a hitch here. But I've got this video all teed up. I had an opportunity to check it out. It features Benjamin Bridge, who I know is listening right now, on the vocals, and we had him here in the studio not all that long ago jamming out. And I believe I was introduced to him through Morgan Lander from Kitty, who were featured last week. Which, incidentally, we had a lot of traffic from that. It got picked up by blabbermouth.net.
Yeah.
and really went out to the web, and so far the archive has picked up a lot of steam. Had almost 1,000 listeners to that particular podcast. So, wow, kind of caught us a bit off guard. Normally there's a number of you that listen, but that certainly topped everything that we've had up until that point. So just want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Because everyone wanted to hear about hot bagging.
Refresh my memory.
Pooing in a bag whilst on tour. Yeah.
I forget those crazy Japanese stories.
And
That was insane.
talking about the gathering. Yeah, it was a good time.
It's quality programming. It's quality.
With the Juggalos.
The Juggaloos.
So what do you think? Should we get to some music?
Give her.
Give her.
I'm surprised you're not going for the old Stompin' Tom hockey song.
No, but I did play that though after he
after
passed
he
away.
died, yeah.
As soon as the news broke on Twitter, bang,
Boom.
we probably broke the news, and then we're the first one to play it.
Yeah.
Because you find out things on Twitter before you find it on anywhere else. And if you happen to be listening to London Indie Underground while we find out the news on Twitter, you're going to find out first.
Yeah, we were the first ones to air the information about Kevin Kennedy getting his guitar from David
That's
Navarro.
right. As a matter of fact, you are correct, sir. I know they're probably listening tonight. Actually, we got a song from the Marrieds we're going to feature a little bit later on. Maybe as a bit of a tee up because they're going to be joining us in studio at CHRW Radio.
Freddie.
Edie and I have a radio broadcast now. So yeah,
Is this
stop
the new
talking.
stuff?
Is it
Like
the
new
new?
Marrieds?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. You know what? I made a mistake on air. I thought it was the new song because Bob Breen sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I know he's been working with them.
Yeah.
So I was under the impression that it was a new song and teed it up as such. But it turns out it was an older track, but still equally as impressive. So, but that said, I have that track that was sent to me, and as soon as they have the new stuff, they're going to get it into my hands. And like I said, they got a show that's going to be coming up. So they'll put that into our playlist and we'll jam it out for you.
Awesome.
So let me see. What are we going to do for you here? So I got a band here you may be familiar with, a little band called Radio Adelaide. So let's check this out. This is The Dropout on London Indie Underground.
This week on London Indie Underground, someone's gonna take their clothes off.
These books have given me knowledge.
taking the easy way out.
Radio Adelaide, the dropout here on the London Indie Underground. Got a fan going over here now. Whew, telling you, man. The air coming off of this projector here, but it's well worth it because we get to watch the game. And speaking of breaking some news here on London Indie Underground, we just got a tweet from the guys in Halfway to Barstow, which we will be featuring their video coming up here shortly. And apparently they are the contest winners to share the stage for Barn Burner 8. So they're going to be featured at this year's Barn Burner.
What is that?
Barn Burner? It's actually, if you want all the details for it, I know because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we might have the opportunity to play it this year. But Barn Burner is an outdoor event which showcases some bands, and I guess it's like kind of like Burning Man,
In Stratford?
only not. Hey, Aj.
This is the first I've ever heard of
He's
it.
not paying attention.
I know the drummer of that band very well, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
How so?
He used to play in a few other bands. His name is Chris. We call him Hat Glass. He actually dated your girlfriend
Oh, he did?
like 15 years ago in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's married now.
I still like him.
I know.
I don't take any exception to that.
I know.
She's a cool chick.
No, man. And
Why wouldn't you want to date her?
they're I haven't actually heard his new band. I've seen a lot about it for him posting, but he's playing a couple good bands with members of. I don't remember. My mind's elsewhere today.
Yeah, your mind is 1-0 lead.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna be the most. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Today's podcast is not sponsored by Sleeman Cream Ale.
No, but we're gonna drink it.
It wouldn't be a hockey game if we didn't at least have a couple of beers.
Wouldn't be a podcast.
Well, that's true too. It was so funny though last week during the Kitty podcast. So he wheels in a case of Coors Light and he's sitting there. It's on the floor in front of him, and so he's trying to open it up while we're in the midst of one of the girls is telling a story from on the road, and so he's trying to open it up slowly and ching 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 ching. I'll hear these noises. Finally, I just look at him. Just do it, man. Just do it. Just crack it open. And Getty's like, man, it's just like a Band-Aid. Just tear it off.
Rip it up.
Yeah. Because that was the slowest beer box opening in the history of this podcast, anyway. Oh, close chance there, but James Reimer.
That has nothing to do with
stopped that
Reimer
puck.
there.
I think it might
It
have.
was a piss poor breakaway.
So, Alex, you're done school?
Finished.
Now-
Praise God.
Yeah. So what was it that you were doing?
I was doing communications, corporate communications and public relations.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a post-grad certificate, which the amount of work, it was more than I'd done in my bachelor's in the 4 years. So, not going back
There you go.
ever again.
So you're done. I know you're from Oakville, but
Yeah.
you planning on sticking around?
For a little bit. My fiance lives here, so he has a job and I don't. So I'm gonna stay. Yet
Working on it.
I need a job.
So if you happen to be in a business and you're looking for a PR marketing person, we got somebody for you
Yeah.
right here.
PR,
I'm
social
gonna
media.
require a finder's fee.
I'm also looking for a job too, desperately.
Oh, we should just start a segment where we start reading people's resumes off on air.
You know what? It would be pretty funny.
That would be
It'd be pretty
awesome.
funny. Didn't they do that on? Oh no! You guys probably heard the story about some kid that, he was at a street corner. You know the boulevards, and where often you see the people begging for money, and they've got the handwritten sign on cardboard.
Yeah.
And some kid wrote some sign and it says, "I don't want your money. I need a job. Hire me." And
I've seen that a few times.
Yeah.
They're-
So a local radio station picked it up, and so on the air they had this kid on, and I guess turns out that somebody was interested. He got hired by a roofing company. So this guy calls in, and he's got a roofing company, and says, "Yeah, I'm interested in this kid. Can you put me into contact with him?" And the kid got a job. That's what you need to do.
And I give the most respect. I saw.
I would not be ashamed to do that.
Yeah.
Do it,
Maybe a
actually.
T-shirt.
There you go.
Yeah, print us a
I
t-shirt.
need a job.
Yeah.
And like a resume on the back.
Yep. For resume details, please inquire within.
That's right.
And you know who could make that T-shirt?
Tim Sanchez.
Oh, look at this full circle stuff here.
We got it all under
We
one
do.
umbrella right here.
One-stop
We
shop.
can handle it all.
And I,
So yes, Alex, you're looking
Yeah.
for some work as well.
Yeah, like anything fast food, retail.
I know. You
Set your sights high, kid.
I know you were devastated when Taco Bell didn't call you back.
Yeah, I was really sad.
Taco Bell.
Oh man.
But, you know, keep trying. I handed out like 20 resumes today.
Is it because you enjoy eating Taco Bell?
No, I just needed a fucking job.
Oh, man.
So, if you were going to give some advice to our young Alex on what he could do to get a job, and I'm asking the panel here, and even if you want to tweet us this information,
Yeah.
because, you know, it might be helpful. Because my thought is, you said today you rolled in with your skateboard and your backpack, and you're like, man, I handed out so many resumes today.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Wah, wah.
And don't go with
No.
your mom either.
Yeah.
Go on your own, dress sharp,
Yeah.
smile,
sharp.
eye contact.
Dress for the position you want, not the one you have.
Yeah.
The one you have right now is a skateboarder, right? So,
Yeah.
and a
Well,
co-op
I used to
intern
get
around here,
around
which
it.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Or
I'm
a
just
record
saying.
store.
Record store would be neat.
Well, I put on like your not on the resume, but like for references, like your
Yeah.
my references and like.
Oh well, you're gonna
I
get a
say-
job for sure.
I mean, like,
Just-
like, I
I'm
see
kidding,
what
I'm
I'm doing
kidding.
and everything. So.
Who am I?
you know.
I'm just some dude
Yeah, I
broadcasting
know.
out of a
True.
old lounge over here. Looks like we should have some hookahs and it should be like real smoky in here.
Yeah, but I don't think that would help him with his job search.
I need I need a beanbag chair.
Yeah, that and a chiropractor. Beanbag chairs just screw up your back so
Doctor
badly.
says I need a
Yeah,
Bacchiatomy.
see, that's the only thing we don't have on the panel here.
Yeah,
Chiropractor?
Oh, well, no.
You got a
Easy.
garbage panel back there.
the Moses, the Homer Simpson.
Oh, Simpsons references. I
Yeah.
love them.
So
Not everybody
good.
gets them, though.
No.
I'm sure today some people read my post and were like, Mo Sislak.
Who the fuck's that
Who's
guy?
Mo Sislak?
Who isn't Moses?
Use your prize, eat 'em.
Unky Mo.
For the longest time, Mo stole the entire show.
He did.
Oh yeah.
It
He's
was
my
all about
favorite
Mo.
character, man.
Yeah.
That and Groundskeeper Willie.
Oh, so mine was what the hell's it
Turn
called?
that noodle on the hoose. The noodle on the moose? Nah, the noodle on the hoose.
The Hoos. That guy's the best, man.
See, I like Gil, the old car salesman.
That guy's pretty good
That
too,
guy's
man.
awesome. Oh no!
How many you want?
I only had one payment left on that hot plate.
He was the best possible replacement for
Not Troy McClure.
Troy McClure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not as good as Troy McClure though.
No.
but
if-
still, you know, these
But he's-
computers will rust up on you like that.
Yeah.
I hate the
Let's
guy though.
talk rust proofing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's the greatest. How many do you want? Please say a lot. I need this.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, let's get to some more music here. What are we at? 7:30. All right, coming up top of the hour once again. Going to be joined by the gentlemen in the band A New Beginning. I know they're pretty stoked to get in here and chat with us as well as to perform their 3-song EP. A couple of things before we get to a track here. Just so you're aware, we do have a back catalog of all these podcasts. We're not just live. We do have an archive.
Yep.
And if you would like to check it out, easily done, go to youtube.com/LondonIndieUG. There's going to be, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 30 or 31 previous episodes there.
30.
30, and I'll tell you, the show's kind of come a long way from when we first started it out. I mean, we were kind of cutting our teeth and, you know, battling some, you know, I don't want to say tech elements, but certainly, I think we've come into our own a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much in terms of the dialogue, but I think, you know, they...
I like cheese.
Yeah. But in terms of the content that we've been able to feature here, I mean,
Yeah.
we've really been privileged to have had, you know, just some great artists and personalities come through our door and embrace this. So go and check it out.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I think the reason why they come is just because of that. We're pretty lowbrow. We're relaxed. Anything goes.
Right. And
I'm
I
so
do
relaxed. I
have.
just farted.
Damn.
So did the Bruins.
Oh.
Ayo. So
Ayo.
actually, I do have one kind of cool announcement before we get into another track here. So our website, I think, is officially done and ready to go. We've been working on this thing for a while behind the scenes. We're kind of hoping to have it ready for you by now, but we wanted to make sure that you know, it wasn't, you know, self-serving. I mean, we want to, of course, we want to illustrate the services that we have available here under our umbrella.
Come on.
But at the same time, we wanted to make it community bound, or make it so that people in the community could, utilize this to its full potential. And I got to say that I have seen some other people in town that have been doing some great work in promoting. I haven't really seen a lot of people championing independent music, but at the same time, I think I've seen some other service providers that want to charge bands for promotion, and I don't really think that that's just my opinion. I don't think that's the way that it needs to happen. But that said, we're pleased to offer LondonIndieUnderground.com. If you'd like to go and check it out, you'll be able to see the services that we have here in terms of our recording studio, rehearsal studios, and our podcast, CHRW radio show. But also, there's a community link, which if you're in a band, gives you the ability to go and to post up your show information on a calendar that people can come and peruse and find out what's happening in our market. And we're hoping, it's one thing if we go and we bang all this information in there and nobody comes, right? I'm assuming that we would probably have some traffic on it, but I think it's more compelling if bands are the ones that are embracing this and using it as a tool for self-promotion, because we're going to direct people to it because we want to promote you. That's what we're all about. So check it out, LondonIndieUnderground.com. Let's get some more music here. What do we got? What'd you program for me this time?
Good stuff.
He doesn't even
Can't
know.
remember. I can't remember.
He was too busy smoking hookah,
Yeah.
applying
Junior.
for jobs at Taco Bell.
You know what? Maybe we'll do the
Serial
Marrieds.
self of
We talked about that earlier. It's a great little band called the Marrieds. Featured Jane and Kevin Kennedy. Kevin, as you may know, is from the band called the Diaddicts, who are on a bit of a hiatus right now, doing some songwriting. I know it's partially because Matt Weston is doing some work there in his basement studio. I know he had it ripped right out to the wall, and he said he wasn't going to be moving the Hammond because it was too heavy. He was just going to cover it up. Yeah.
Would you want to move a hand?
Yeah, no. So that said, I know they were on a bit of a break because they're, certainly a working band, but they really like to be in the studio, and Matt's got a great little setup there. So that said, I think this segues into a bit of time for the Marrieds, who spent some time in Toronto at Revolution Recording with Bob Breen working on a new album. I'm certainly anticipating it. They got a great sound, so let's check it out. So this is the Marrieds with Back to You on the London Indie Underground.
I wake to you in the morning light. I'll share
London Indie Underground. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Don't you know what you have started? Can't believe the things you say. You are so misleading. Coming down and you leave me for dead. The devil and God are raging inside of me. I lift my hands and I fall down to my knees. I know the one that you say. This is for you, dear forgotten. This is for you, dear forgotten. I want you to know that I'll always be yours. Sorry for the last heartache. Won't you come into my life? Won't you come into my life? You fought for my life and I've got to be honest. I have been left through the darkness. You fought for my life. Never thought I'd see forever. Can't believe that I am yours. You are so inspiring. Tell me again, oh, what did it take? When the devil and God are raging inside of me, will I ever know for that I pray? I know the one that you say. This is for you, this is for you, dear forgotten. I want you to know that I'll always be yours. Sorry for the last heartache. Won't you come into my life? Won't you come into my life? You fought for my life and I've got to be honest. I have been led through the darkness to my faith. No, don't be scared. No, don't be afraid. Angel, you're home. Oh, how your wings are torn, your halo's worn. This love is tearing you up inside. I know you're scared of these burdens you bear, but you're my hope wherever you are. You're a shooting star, just wanna be where you are. You're a shooting star, just wanna be where you are. This is for you, dear forgotten. I want you to know that I'll always be yours. Sorry for the last heartache. Won't you come into my life? You fought for my life and I've got to be honest. I have been led through the darkness to yours. Won't you come into my life? You fought for my life and I've got to be honest. I have been led through the darkness to my face. To my
The Marrieds with Back to You. Just before Light Division with Fear and Fortune here on the London Indie Underground. It's bad news, or good news if you're a Boston fan.
Yeah!
It's like it's all tied up. Yeah. Oh well, 1-1.
Wade Redden, buddy. First
Wade,
goal is a Bruin.
you know what? Good for him.
And now we're on the power play.
Uh-oh. Oh, Dion Phaneuf. Dun, 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 dun. Dion Phaneuf.
Hi there.
What's up, brother?
It's a new beginning.
New beginning. We're live, gentlemen. We're on the air right now. Yeah. So we got the gentleman from A New Beginning in the other room with us here. Looking forward to doing a feature with them coming up at the top of the hour. That said, we
Blocking the air.
we got some feedback here for you, Junior.
All right.
Yeah.
hear it.
So Joel Crass is suggesting from the band Headstrong, who
Yep.
featured a couple
Is
of
it
weeks back.
suggesting you don't write love songs?
No. Ayo. He says virtual lemonade stand.
Aw.
And then Benjamin Basacco is suggesting a drive-through pizza slice and sub shop.
I don't think I have the funds to start that.
So, I mean, I'm certainly if
But
you were an
I'll take it to
entrepreneur.
consideration.
Yeah. And then,
Sure, you know.
and then Cole, I don't know who Cole is.
Cole Benjamin.
Oh, Cole Benjamin says, have you seen his grades?
Ooh, good point.
Who's that? I have no
Cole
idea.
Benjamin. Cole Benjamin is
Cole Benjamin from the High Tones.
I don't.
And what he's quoting is David Lee Roth.
Yes.
Have you seen Junior's grades from In the Cradle Will Rock?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Junior, it was way before your time, dude.
Ah, okay.
But you know,
well,
grab that album because you'll get some schooling
Yeah, for
on the art of rock.
Do you know who David Lee Roth is?
well, yeah.
Okay, well that's all you
But
need.
There
to
we
know.
go. Then we're good.
Go back into the old catalog. You'll be like, oh my god.
Michael Spiro says you should wear the hot dog costume for the Dude Dogs guy.
Isn't that Spiro's job, though?
What's that?
Isn't that Spiro's job?
Oh,
Yoink.
ayo.
Then Spiro would be out of a job.
You get some great feedback here. We're working on it for you, buddy. We're working on
Alright.
it. If you got any feedback for Junior here sitting on the couch who's looking for a job, went skateboarding.
Ah! Sorry.
See? Apologized in advance. You got to go?
Yeah, a bit of a family emergency.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, G. Gary's out.
Gary's out.
Well, then.
I'll take the chair.
Sorry.
I'll hold the reins.
It's seriously the best seat in the house, dude, for the game. So besides the
Yeah. And it's right next to the Leafs jersey that's hanging on the door that I, just happened to find and thought maybe it would look good there during the game. All right, so let's turn our attention to you, Manson, here for a second, because you're joining us here for the first time, and I know that.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh,
Sorry.
1 sec.
Sorry, it's 2-1. Woo!
Sorry, that's bound to happen here during this podcast. I said it right off the
Okay,
top.
wrong day to come. Just kidding.
So you're joining us for the first time, and we were talking a bit off the line, and you know, I know you're kind of new to in terms of this format of medium.
Yeah.
But that said, I think our connection that we established, anyways, in going to a bit of a partnership here, as far as sponsorship, and we'll get into some of the specifics in terms of what we're going to do later on. Yeah, and you'll see there's going to be a bit of a feature. But
Take care, man.
you had
It's fine.
good luck,
Hope
yeah.
everything's all right, man.
But you had mentioned to me too that your kind of core philosophy in terms of what you want to do is to partner with the indie scene and more of a entrepreneur culture.
Yeah, and partnering with the indie scene, like you said, is like independent spirit. You know, independent spirit is that, like, I'm all about it to my detriment and success. And thinking like that is kind of, it's a long-term thing that's built on relationships, one way or another, however you come across them. But all the relationships that I have through my work are all with people that have an independent spirit. You know, that kind of have some guts and create and make their own businesses, their own passions on their own terms, and cut out their own mold, make their own islands. And that's my philosophy. That's who I'm attracted to, and that's ultimately who's attracted to me too. And that spirit's awesome, and that can take on any kind of face. You know, it can take on any kind of face. It can be people, you know, different kinds of athletes, you know, or you know, different kinds of artists. But the independent spirit it's super strong. You know, it's kind of like an undeniable beauty. You know, when you see somebody, you know, they may not be your type, but when they're carrying that energy, they're pretty fucking bomb. You know, and you can't really say much about it. You know, that's pretty exciting to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I was joking around. He had mentioned about talking off of, you know, the microphone, I guess. I didn't even know what a podcast was because I'm kind of like. I like just kind of hide,
Yeah.
especially these days. You know, I just kind of keep to myself and keep to the relationships that I form. But it's just kind of funny because when I came in here, I was like, you know, I like Brother. Brother's doing cool things, and he's a friend of mine. You know, Steve Pullen, who's super dope.
From the Submission
Yeah,
Academy.
Mega Mojo ass kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, really super exciting place to be with him. But all the relationships that it's just really exciting. It's exciting to see people that kind of like they make their own thoughts. Like, that's pretty godlike to me. Make your own thoughts, your own imaginations happen. That's super powerful. Because then you get everybody with you and you with them, and then you just, that's about as close to God as you can get on the planet. Is just to create, bring people into your wavelength. So it's cool to come into your wavelength.
Cool, man.
That's really cool.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
I got to go and check out your shop and met your assistant Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
And you've got a nice setup there.
AKA Randy Baggins.
Yeah.
Of the Shire from Bag End. She's Baggins.
So I like the vibe that you have in your tattoo shop. So for those people that are watching and that don't know, what can you tell us about your tattoo shop? And moreover, how long have you been doing this?
Okay. Well, I've been tattooing for about 16 years. I started when I was in the University of Windsor, and at first I had no idea what was going on with tattoos. I just knew I could do it because I think I can do anything, and I still do.
That's a good mode to have.
And it works. I pretty much just do whatever the hell I want. Just kind of push through until I either give in or it makes sense. But I've been tattooing for a little bit now. When I moved to London, I kind of got shanghaied here, and I worked for some different critters around the city, and had some ups and downs. And then I figured, well, I can't get fired from everywhere I work, so I better just make my own place. And the way I do it, my philosophy is all just, talking with people, figuring out what's going on inside of them. And it's kind of something I'm like making a book about, actually. It's just like an intuitive approach to tattooing where you just listen and just kind of relax your brain and just kind of just listen to what people want and try to just translate people's thoughts into pictures. Sometimes it's huge, sometimes it's small. But I'm really just shooting to kind of get the essence of what people are all about so they can get a really kind of true experience. It's kind of like an attachment you have to a song. A song may have no lyrics, but it just moves you so deeply. It's the same thing I want to do with the tattoos. I really want to make them real. It's old tattooing, and I do it super raw. There's nothing to pick from in the shop, but I just do it in such a way that it's just kind of drawing on people, on what's going on inside of them, and just kind of translate their experience and give them some finality, conclusion, or celebration of what it is that they're passionate about, or want.
Do you find that the clientele that comes to see you is looking to use themselves as a canvas to illustrate some of those intrinsic things?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Like my thing, what I really want to do when I think about going to work is I want to take the things that are hard to speak or are more like abstract concepts about human experience, and make those things, happen. And a lot of the time, those things come through in a similar way for a lot of us because we have a lot of the same kind of visual language. We share a visual language.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of has, certain things in their mind. So I'm really trying to kind of dig into people and really kind of draw that out, get that out of them. So if someone says, there's so many different reasons, like tattooing can be a really good coping mechanism too, like kind of on the other side of emotional trauma to give conclusion to like personal experience. So, say someone is struggling with, getting some finality about, a family member that maybe has cancer. Well, instead of just kind of doing something, that seems like a cancer ribbon drive or something, well, let's maybe we could dig in a little deeper. Maybe we could express outrage, against something that, gets everybody, black, white, whatever. One of the friends, Ray, that I have, he got fuck cancer on him, like fucking huge on his lower back. And I thought that was awesome because he was really choked. It was his friend. And he's a really good person. And so just in knowing him for several years, he's like, this is what I want to do. He not to say that things that we do, like ribbons and stuff like that, are a bad idea, but sometimes you can kind of dig in, and it doesn't have to hurt, but you can come up with something that is, to express your personal experience, and often, it's like listening to a top 20 song, and then listening to a song that, maybe your friend wrote, that's really powerful and beautiful, and it's really simple. You don't have to go crazy and do a whole back to be powerful. you know. But that's kind of what I'm trying to shoot for with people. Just really dig into them and just do something special.
That's great, man.
Yeah, do something special with the work.
That's great. That's a
Yeah.
great philosophy to have. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of competition in town,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
if you were to kind of pinpoint, pardon the pun, but what would be your niche, and what would be a reason that somebody would come to your shop as opposed to some of the competition?
Well, I kind of don't really care what anyone else is doing unless they're someone that I know and I think they're awesome and I want to celebrate them, you know, because I know in kind of zeroing in and doing it on more of an intuitive level, I know that really sets me apart as an individual and as an artist. But I do a lot of freehand stuff. I kind of joke around. I think I mentioned this to you in the shop. If I were a rapper, I would totally be like a freestyle rapper. I would be like the bombest freestyle rapper ever. For sure. But that's what I do every day. You know, I just grab a marker, listen, you know, my hair stands up, and it's time to do it. Yeah.
That's great. Where's your shop located?
It's east of Adelaide here in lovely EOA. And it's on the corner of English and Dundas. It's 760 Dundas, and it's just really open concept. I took a building and ripped the shit out of it throughout. It took about 3 months, and broke it down to what it was like in the 1840s or something, with the original brick and the original floors and stuff like that. So it's a really super, warm kind of environment.
It's got a great character.
Yeah, it's got lots of.
I love that
character.
old couch, man.
Yeah, it's
I have a
super
thing for
pardon my
old.
French.
I have a thing for old couches, as
Yeah.
you can see here.
Yeah, it's
in
like
the
they're
lounge, yeah.
super sexy because they're all curvy and stuff like that.
That's right.
I had like a dirty old bastard one. It was like red velvet before, but that just looked too nasty. It totally looked like a warehouse or something like that. So I had to get rid of that one. It's too fancy.
So maybe we should tee up a little bit here what you and I are going to be doing. So we kind of entered into this partnership, and what we want to do is to try to showcase your work, but moreover showcase you and as an individual and your contributions to the scene, because I think being a tattoo artist it can be highly specialized, right? There may be some people that get into it just because they it's a niche thing, but then there's other people like yourself who at least from what I gathered from you in our conversations, that you do it because you love to turn thought into art,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
ideas into art, right?
Absolutely.
And so we kind of had a bit of a meeting there, and I told you what some of my concepts were, and it was inspiring for me because you're right away you're like, man, that's right in my wheelhouse. That's what I love to do. And so it's exciting for me. So what we're going to be doing over the next little while is we're going to be partnering with 331 Productions, who will be featuring the video for Halfway to Barstow here shortly. So they're a group of guys that are kind of work behind the scenes that are going to be doing a bit of a documentary on this process, where you're going to be performing some art on me. But I want to make it clear that this isn't about me. I'm just going to be the canvas. But moreover, it's going to be cool to be able to share what my thoughts and my ideas are, and to see how you translate that in terms of
awesome.
a work of art. And at the same time, it'll give you an opportunity to showcase your talents and what you do in the community, because I think I would have to assume our listenership, being mostly musicians and music enthusiasts, are maybe the people that are interested or have a tendency maybe towards getting some artwork done, right? And in a city that has a number of artists, there's I think very few times where you get some insights into what that artist is all about, and where they come from, and how they work, right? Certainly there's those that have the reputation and long standing, and some of them very accomplished, right? But and at the same time too, frustrating perhaps to book with some of these individuals, right?
One of the cool things about London is it has such a wealth of creative people in so many different ways. Like, I'm not sure if it's the same now, but I know that London has at one point had more tattoo artists in it, like professionally, than Toronto did in Metro Toronto, and that fucking blows my mind. And at a certain point, when people are what I always tell people, if they don't want me to deal with them, or they're just kind of shopping around, I mean, I kind of think it's a good thing to be a good ambassador for tattoo, and just say, hey, there's a bunch of good artists in the city. Ultimately, you just want to deal with somebody that, you can feel, and that, you can develop some kind of trust for the tattoo experience, at least, but there's so many different approaches, and everybody has a place inside of tattoo. That's what I've realized. That does the work. Some people dig a little deeper, and some people are just kick-ass, like you say. Like, there's so many good artists. I mean, obviously the bosses, like Mike and John Austin, and places like Hangar 18 and True Love and all these guys, they're just fantastic artists, you know. They just have a long, you know, but everybody kind of has to, because the quality, the standard is up, so everybody just has to find someone that they're comfortable with. And the process is really important.
Well, I like to compare it to bands too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of great bands
Yeah.
in London that, but you wouldn't necessarily just go and see one. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's others that are maybe have a different take on this similar type of art.
Yeah.
But can deliver with the same passion, conviction, and result.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the process of it, how it's delivered, how that whole process, that creative energy that gets stirred up, that's as important as the quality of the product at the end, because all that shit goes right into you, and you give it back and forth. Like, it's my church. It's super churchy. I get in a zone. I feel like I'm in a trance when I really get into a groove with people.
Amazing.
And I know they feel it too, and they totally feel like we've like almost molested each other, like mentally or something like that. Because you're just like, we haven't touched, but man, does it ever feel fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know, just super powerful experiences can come through anything genuine. It's like you get enriched from a good concert.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not walking away from, it's not like everybody needs a kiss and hug, but if you're not walking away feeling enriched from any kind of creative endeavor, then it's weak.
Yeah.
And it's empty, and it sucks balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I like how you are so eloquent.
That,
And sucks balls.
and sucks balls.
Where
Which
can
is
people?
not cool.
Do you have a website?
I took down the website because it was like super creepy, and I know a lady said monster under her breath at one point. She's right.
Yeah.
But that's okay, 'cause I'm comfy with who I am. But, yeah, I just suggested actually that he put himself on Craigslist as a mandate,
Yeah.
junior, but I think...
Yeah.
And
that
I
is a
meant
monster's
monster
comment.
as in the employment website, not like...
I was going to say
Great,
awesome.
I'm not
Yeah.
that bad.
But I took down the page and put on and I'm just using Facebook right now
Yep.
through Manson Tattoo. But I'm gonna get another website up. I just wanted to wait and make sure my apprentice Randy had an opportunity to really gather a good portfolio, so that
Okay.
you know, once we started with that, we could really represent,
That's fair.
you know, a lot of good stuff, and kind of like a more
Yeah.
enthusiastic, not like super creeping saw like website, which what it was before, which is not what I wanted. Yeah.
Well, we'll post the link
Sweet.
for you so that people can check out your shop and what you're doing, and obviously as an ongoing relationship here with us, which I'm very excited about. We'll be featuring you going forward through, you know, obviously with advertisements, but moreover, I'm really looking forward to doing this little video to see how it turns out.
Oh, it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, I think so, man. I'm pretty
we'll have
excited.
to pan out to your pants every now and again, because I promised you some chug on that for sure. I won't even have to touch you. It's gonna happen though.
Amazing. Super stoked.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So we're gonna get to some music here, another song, and then we're going to get a new beginning ready to go. Brandon, you've got this smug look on your face, like the Bruins are winning.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything still.
I
But
don't
yes, we
believe
are.
it. I don't. Are you gonna wait until after the game or after the series?
Well, I mean, it depends on how far I'm gonna go with it. But there's already been chirping the entire time. Who am I kidding?
Fair enough.
I'm confident.
Okay.
No, I had to run out for a business call, so I apologize.
That's fair. Hope Gary's okay.
Yeah, me too.
Let's
I'd
see.
send him a text right now, just making sure it's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You know, Gary's never. I mean, he's here week in and week out, right? So I think he's missed 1 week
Yep.
because
With
of
the flu.
Yeah, flu, and then
And then-
one because he was in Vegas,
Right. So
right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So you know, Gary, I wish you the best. Hope that everything's okay. I had to call away to a family emergency, so you know, you never want to hear that. But that said, we'll get to some music. We'll get a new beginning set up here, and we'll be back with great performance and an interview with the band. So in the meantime, we're going to get to a track sent in from 63 Monroe, which are the winners of the punk rock category for this year's Jack Richardson Music Awards. This is Bad Bad on the London Indie Underground.
Someone's coming in. Turn the porn off.
Well, I'm sick of being pushed around, and I'm tired of being kicked when I'm down. And I had it to here, and I had it to there, and I tell you, man, I don't take it no more. Well, there's something happening way down south, beneath the 49
63 Monroe with Bad Bad. Once again, this year's recipients of the Jack Richardson Music Award for punk rock. I know they've been around these parts for a long time, so thank you to Steve Stunning for sending in a track to us. I know we've also featured some earlier stuff too that also featured Mercedes Lander, who doing some work in the studio out at Beach Road. So that said, I'm very pleased today to be joined in studio by a band that's been around these parts for some time. They jam in the building here, just above us, as a matter of fact. And a band that, as I was saying off at the top, are one of those bands that really exemplify, you know, the whole support theme in our city. These guys are, you know, get behind all the shows and really are one of the hardest working bands that are around here. And they've got a really unique sound. And very pleased to be joined by them today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you A New Beginning.
Flash for the word, flash for the word, yeah.
So we are a new beginning here on London Indie Underground. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy us. This next song is called Hands Like Sails. It's off the new EP of the same title. If you enjoy it, come check us out at the show and get yourself a copy.
Say
raise your hands while he sails, and we will just set sail. So raise your hands while he sails. So raise your hands like sails while he sails. Let the flood you roll. The only way out is low. As we find soul, we're taking it around. We're gonna take it good. We're gonna take it down. If anything, yeah, whoever wanted us to be. So raise your hands while he sails, and we will just set sail. So raise your hands while he sails. Instead of falling backwards, we'll be pushed forward. I said that we're on thin ice, but I've never seen more solid. Instead of falling backwards, we'll be pushed forward. I say that we're on thin ice, but I've never seen more solid. Instead of falling backwards, we'll be pushed forward. They say that we're on thin ice, but I've never seen more solid. Instead of falling backwards, we'll be pushed forward. They say that we're on thin ice, but I've never seen more solid.
Demolition in Speed City. Demolition in Speed City. Demolition. Tear down, destroy. Demolition in Speed City. Demolition. 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 Tear down, destroy.
Two shot there of the Alcoholies. We had Death Ride and Demolition. And flashback to 93. We're going to spin that part way into this interview here.
Yes.
You're looking for a mic? Yeah, Gary had to take his microphone. So, Brando, you're...
I'm content.
yeah, I
yell
know
real
the
loud.
score is 3-1. So, clearly putting up my jersey on the wall did nothing. Oh, sigh. All right, so... Pleased to be joined now by the gentleman in A New Beginning. Gentlemen,
Gentlemen, nothing.
thank you, man. That was awesome, by the way.
Thanks.
Thank
I
you.
really like your sound. I've been saying this all along because I had a couple of your earlier tracks, I think, when I first started this thing up, and you guys were one of the first bands to bang in a track to us, which is awesome. But it's, for me anyways, I've kind of seen the evolution, you know what I mean? And it's great. I like your sound. We were talking offline outside about, even Manson was making mention of some of the references that he heard in the music. But anyways, let's do a bit of a roll call here for people that don't know, and I'm assuming at the same time you have people that are tuned in and watching. So who do we got?
PJ, guitar.
And Mark, bass.
I'm Aaron. I play drums.
I'm Matt, I scream.
And I'm Aaron, and I play guitar.
Awesome.
I never know what to call it. I never know.
I vocalize.
I yell. I don't know. I'm angry. Either way.
So yeah, with a bit of a distraction with the game in behind us here, but I got to tell you, this thing is blowing some serious hot air over at me, and I keep putting my beer in front of it, which is bad for the beer.
All right, warm beer. Nice.
Yeah. So first question is, how long have you guys officially been together now?
Well, the band or this lineup?
That's a good question. 2008 as a band, and 2011 as a real band.
Yeah.
I think.
I like that.
So define the difference between a band and a real band.
Like,
We were screwing around before.
yeah, like back in the day, we would joke around, and we kind of were a good band. We played lots. We probably played 50 shows a year for 3 years straight, but it wasn't like we weren't any good. And
Takes a big man to admit that, though.
yeah, well, like I'll admit it,
We
weren't
had
that
a lot
good,
of
but-
fun, but we weren't any good.
It also took a lot of like lineup changes to try and find what we currently have here.
Okay.
And like this current lineup is, what's provided this past album, and we're really proud of it. So I guess the joking days are over, and
Yeah.
we're gonna.
We moved to London and got serious.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
the deal. Yeah, we
Where are you
moved
from
here.
originally?
We started in Chatham.
Yeah, it's really hard to do that kind of thing, though, in like such a small town. And the scene there was dying really bad. It still is. We tried to go back and help it out, and there's some bands that are still there, but I mean, it's kind of like everywhere. It's kind of a barren wasteland of nothing.
What's there for venues still? The Trinity's still there, right?
That's in Sarnia. but-
rather, yeah.
Good call, though. Encore.
Encore.
It's still there.
But it's changed its name 900 times.
It has, and
Yeah,
it's a horrible.
4 times in at least since
Yeah.
we've been a band.
Yeah, and it's not a great venue to play, and it's not managed well, and no one promotes. And
No, the last time I was there, the bartender tried to keep me after the Baptized show and take me to the strip club that she worked at.
Oh,
Spanx.
take you to Spanx, yeah, nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know,
there
that's
and have a
classy,
shower after
though.
the show
Aptly
on
titled.
stage.
Aptly titled. So who are the original members then in the beginning?
Me and Aaron.
Yeah, just
Just you two guys.
Yeah,
Okay. And then you found these dudes.
yeah we
Yeah.
picked them up along the way.
Up in an alley someplace and dusted them off. And
I've known these guys actually for years. My old bands used to play with Aaron's old bands in high school and stuff. And so I've actually been to their shows before.
Yeah.
Not in the band. I have merch that I bought when I was not in the band. That's
That you can't wear
embarrassing.
Is this
anymore,
back
yeah.
when,
Can't wear it.
before they were a band or when they were a real band?
They
Now
played,
it-
they played
what-
with Silverstein, so
That's when we were a fake band still.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
We were a real band back then.
we tell ourselves that just to make ourselves feel better, really is what it is.
The next question I was going to ask is, did you buy your own merch? Were you in the band then, and then you bought some?
No.
Don't lie.
I've stolen some items.
PJ owns
that-
current merch.
That's one of those things that hopefully I can pass down to kids if I ever get the sperm count up. Ooh, can I say that? Yeah.
Sure, you can say whatever you like. buddy.
Cool.
Have you never listened to this
Yeah.
before?
Do you know, I was just listening to the kitty one today, and there was so much vulgar stuff coming out of the kitty girls' mouths. I was shocked.
Yeah, as was
Well,
I.
I wasn't actually. I wasn't
I'm
shocked.
amazed how many people were shocked.
Yeah,
by
I
it.
wasn't
no, no,
actually.
no,
I
I'm
wasn't
not-
shocked by that.
I'm
no.
not shocked in the fact that that came out of them because you have to assume that, you know, metal culture is going to breed some of that, right? Especially when you're in the throes of it, you know, touring with the likes of Slayer and the rest of it. But I didn't anticipate that the podcast was going to go that way. Although I'm not saying that I'm unhappy that it did, because, you know, we got to hear some pretty friggin' cool stories, right? But okay, so 2011 you became an official band.
That's right. We quit screwing around.
Okay. So what was the difference then in terms of your mindset? And I appreciate too, like, some of our listeners are maybe aspiring musicians, maybe, you know, young musicians emerging, cutting their teeth, right? So I want to try to give them some insights as, you know, as well as share the story of the band.
I think we just got, you know, we got used to like what it took to actually be, you know, not successful necessarily, but like to actually get out there and make good music and put out, you know, stuff that we're proud of.
I think it's
Not
the
that-
difference of being proud and having fun.
Yeah, like we still have fun, but I mean it's a lot more. We put a lot more work into it. We put a lot more time into, you know, the product we're putting out. Like even the CDs, even merch. We try to make a professional looking product and look as professional. And on the small scale that we actually do things, we try to be as professional about it as possible. And hopefully somebody will take some interest in that.
There's a million bands out there in like the same market, right? So as cool a guys as they are competition, and we want to play good shows too. So that's why you have to be.
It's funny that you mentioned that though, because you guys promote and support a lot of the bands that are
I
in this
love all the
market.
bands.
Just thinking about that, we were actually talking to our buddies from Cambridge, and they said like down that way there's such like competition between bands to get on shows and like do stuff. And here, if there's a band like Searching, like we want on a show and they get on it, we're like, that's still sweet. We're still gonna go because you're on it and it's a good show. Like we wouldn't not go, and there's no competition. There's friendly competition.
Yeah, it's friendly
Yeah,
competition.
but like at the
it's
same time,
competition, but
everybody's stoked
it's
to help
being
everybody.
ambitious also.
And I know London is like not every city is like that as far as bands go.
Well, I'm inclined to think too at the same time when you look at.
Goodbye, James Rammer.
Oh no. Sorry. Derailed.
Totally
But
derailed.
you know, I'm inclined to think, like I was saying, at the same time, when you look at some of the scenes and the bands that had come out of those scenes, it wasn't necessarily just one band. It was a bunch of bands that all emerged kind of together at the same time.
You kind of
right?
have to, like, you know, if somebody has a little bit of success, you know, they'll take somebody with them, and then you kind of leapfrog each other.
That's
But I
what
don't think that happens so much anymore because there's so many people trying to struggle out of that pit of just bands that, you know, one band will get out and they'll just run, and everybody else is just left behind. Where, I mean, we don't want to be that way. We want to give all of our friends, you know, the chance to, you know, play a show. And, you know, we've got a lot of friends that are in bands, friends that are younger. Like, you know, some of them are 15 years old that we consider friends because they've been supporting us, and, you know, they talk to us on Facebook and tell us that they enjoy the music and everything. And we want to give them a chance to play some shows and stuff too, off of what little we can offer them.
Right. How do you differentiate yourself from the rest of the pool?
So that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For music,
Yeah,
like,
musically, like
we're stuck in 2002.
Yeah, but like musically, we're not doing anything different than 1,000 other bands. Like, we won't deny that. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're trying to put a new twist on something." And it's like, no, not really. Like, we're playing what me and PJ listened to in high school.
Yeah, we're putting an old twist on things, is I kind of think what we're doing. Instead of, you know, going that really heavy breakdown, low tuning, I mean, we're stuck in 2002, 2003 playing the styles of music we liked when we were in high school.
Well, and that's great because, I mean, music is cyclical, right? And everything does eventually come back around, but you got to play what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And that's why I think we play it that way. I mean, we take newer influences, but then we've got the old stuff that keeps us kind of grounded.
So, new EP's out now.
Yes.
What's it called?
It's called Hands Like Sails.
And where's it available?
You can find it on Bandcamp, on iTunes, on
Cartel.
Big Cartel, or at shows.
That's the best place to buy it.
Yeah, you should always buy it at shows.
Because then you've come to the show and enjoyed the live music. Then you can take a CD home with you.
Right, so it's a 3-song EP,
Yep.
but I'm assuming your set is not just 3 songs.
No, we have a pretty long set. We have a lot of people don't know, we have 5 records under our belts.
Mostly EPs, but one full length.
2 of them which will tell people about. 3 of them which I'll talk about, but I won't admit to them. But it's so there's a really good span of songs from when we started in 2008 to now in 2013. So the set kind of pulls from the whole lifespan of the band, I think.
I think we still play one song from the second record.
Yeah.
So
Occasionally, maybe not every show.
I mean, we get a lot of call. People still. We had one song called "Raise Your Sail," which I mean, kind of we went back to with Hands Like Sails, but that was the very first song me and a guy named Cody May wrote when we started the band, and people still ask us to play it, and we don't even remember how to play it.
Everybody's got that first record syndrome where they want to hear the first record.
It's true. It's true.
Well, I mean, that's good that you have fans that have stuck around since
that's true.
playing that record.
Very
It's
true.
I mean, they're everywhere now. Off to university, college, working, and they still show up every once in a while to shows, and it's nice to see them.
Yeah, and you guys mentioned you played extensively. You guys have toured?
In the traditional sense of have we gone across Canada? No, but we've played a lot in Ontario, which is pretty much the extent of it, actually.
Yeah, we've kind of hit a wall where we've tried to get farther up north, and coming back to nobody's willing to help anybody else out. I mean, we get a lot of people saying, "Hey, can you get us on this show, or can you give us a show here?" But it's so hard for us to do the opposite and say, "Hey, can you help us out?" Because I mean, we haven't really found anyone who can help us out or is willing to, and it's kind of put us at a wall where we can't really get any farther than Toronto.
Right. It's a difficult plight, right? To be a musician, there's no question. I mean, I think there's a lot you can do DIY or do it yourself, certainly, and I think you guys have taken a lot of those steps, right? Where, as far as recording goes, and some of the the promotion that you guys have done yourself. But at some point, I think bands need to start looking at partnerships to try to get to that next level, right? Perhaps that's where you are right now.
Yeah, that's where we're basically at. But
so what's the plan here going forward?
Well, I don't.
Well,
we've always kind of winged it, I guess. The plan is. Go ahead.
Before, for the past few years, we've kind of just planned out, what are we doing over the next few weeks, and then, as we got to know each other more, what are we going to do over the next few months, and I think we've gotten comfortable enough with each other lately that we've started kind of planning a year in advance.
We're trying to.
Trying to, and that kind of gives us stuff to look forward to in the future. We're fingers crossed, hoping to get to Montreal sometime this summer.
Gonna get out to Vancouver this summer.
We're gonna try and
do the big one across Canada this summer.
I feel that something like that kind of legitimizes what you've been doing. You can play London and anywhere from Windsor to Toronto for years until you burn yourself out. And what was it all for? But if you can actually manage to get the 5 of us in a van, book our own shows, because as Matt was saying, no one's going to help us, so it would have to be DIY all the way out to Vancouver, but not a lot of bands do that. So once you can put 1 or 2 of those under your belt, it kind of legitimizes the project.
Can I suggest something as opposed to going out west?
Go
out east.
Yeah, way more fun.
Out east, the entire eastern Canada is like Ontario, where you can play shows every 2 hours. As opposed to anytime you tour out west, you literally have 8 spots. Unless you get lucky with some of the hidden, tiny towns that you can get into. So, I mean, you end up spending $2,300 on gas. Probably more now, because I haven't toured out west in a couple of years.
Oh, it'd be way more now.
And it'd probably be way more now. And, I mean, you're driving 14 hours, and that's when you struggle. Out east is pretty friggin' easy.
No, I've heard like tons of great stories from touring out east. The only reason I think going out west is a bit more lucrative to us is that's kind of my area. That's where I'm from.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of utilizing old contacts and putting together a package or two with Western Canadian bands that I know of.
Oh, certainly.
I just want to get back out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But what I like about you guys, though, is you're weekend warriors, so you'll gun it down the 401. Well, I also like that you work and are cool dudes. But what I mean is, like, you build it. So you do an East Coast tour, you come back, you do a couple Ontario legs, you go out east, you make your money, you build it up, and then you can afford to go out, and even if you have 3 shows, pull it off, and then figure stuff out while you're out there. That's just my suggestion, and I say that to most bands. That's a solid plan, especially when you're coming from this area. That's the way I always treated every band that I've...
And we'll take that, like, we're learning still, right? Any bit of tidbits.
Well, the other thing I've heard, too, about out east is that people out there seem to really embrace music.
Oh, yeah.
More so than...
A lot of
than
music culture, I think, in Canada definitely comes from out east.
Yeah. And, I would like to think that, our area is, open to music and to growth. But, I oftentimes I regret to say that, people kind of leave our area and venture out east and say, wow, people out there just love music. People go to shows. They're excited about seeing new bands, even bands that they're not familiar with. They just want to see good music.
It's less saturated out there for sure, I think, because, a lot of the bands that are going out there are from Ontario that have gotten the chance to go out there. I know a lot of people we know and, know of have been out there and said they had a great time because people appreciate the bands coming through. Because, here you got a show every weekend. And yeah, pretty much. And people are like, I got to pick and choose what I'm going to go to. Like, I like these bands, but I can't go to everything.
Yeah.
But out there, it happens once a month, and they're stoked.
That's like Zach from Tutel, who's from London. They just got back from the East Coast, and he said, like, every show, nobody knows who you are. They just show up because there's nothing to do, and, like, everybody's super appreciative.
I love Tutel, and I love Zach. He's a great friend of mine. His tours work a little different, though.
Well, I know. I understand. We're in the same kind of deal, but...
No. I just mean, well...
the church... I
know the church thing, but he does the church shows. Like, legitimately just at churches.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll sell out 500...
Oh, yeah.
500 tickets.
Well, he's also got that radio...
Yep.
Yeah. But even guys like Farewell have gone out there.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's like...
Farewell, Shotgun, and Wheels on the Bus.
Yeah.
The 3 of them used to team up every week. Well, not every week, but like once every 3 months, I go out there and they kill it. And then they come back and they go back and kill it.
Yeah.
And that's for everyone. And you guys should go out there.
Do it.
All right. Brandon, you need advice. We're doing it. This summer.
I'll give you the contacts of the book. I won't book it because I hate booking.
Damn it.
So you guys are very active on social media.
Yeah, we'll harass the shit out of you every day.
So where can people connect with you?
You can find us on Twitter at A New Beginning 519. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/newbeginning519. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/newbeginningrock. /user.
Message me on Facebook. I'll give you Aaron's cell phone number.
Yeah, you can find us on Tumblr. You can find us on our Ernie the Ball Battle of the Bands page, which you should go on and
519.bigcartel.com.
There's lots of stuff.
Every major social media website, we have a presence.
Yep. I'll harass the shit out of you on anything,
including Plenty of Fish. We have a band account.
Actually,
no,
we have
That'd be amazing though.
Man, that would be incredible.
The greatest thing that we ever did. We were really bored coming back from a show in Langton, Ontario. If you ever been there, it's outside Port Rowan.
Terrible.
It's like 40 people live in this town, so we were really bored. So we tethered my laptop to my phone, and we made PJ a fake Plenty of Fish account, and we called him JP Palestine.
Still active.
For the last 4 months, I've hit on every living woman I can find on Plenty of Fish, and PJ's picture is on there. His name,
I've never actually been
full
on.
Details.
I've never checked it out personally.
So we're waiting for one day PJ's just gonna walk down the street and some broad's gonna punch him in the face for something horrible that's gone on.
You might get
me up for Harry Potter.
You might get an intimate encounter.
There's been offers. You know what? I didn't realize how. I'm not saying some women are I'm kind of saying some women are trashy. But the messages I've gotten from PJ and his profile makes him just into a sleazeball. And they're like, "Yo, I want to suck your dick. And I'm like, that was the first message they'll send. And I'm like, this is unreal.
And then they
so
beg.
obviously, I keep talking to them.
People wonder
And-
how we're able to sell so many tickets to our shows.
JP Palestine.
JP.
Ticket seller.
Find him on Plenty of Fish and shoot him a message.
Yeah, let's go on a date.
Yep. So
buy some tickets.
We're everywhere on the internet.
Yeah. Who's the actor from Transformers? The guy who's like works with Sector 7 or whatever.
Oh.
Kind of look like that dude a little bit.
Shia LaBeouf?
No, not Shia
No,
LaBeouf.
the
The
bad
guy
guy.
who works with the secret agency.
Yeah, he's like a dick, kind of.
Oh, the guy who put on from Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. Oh,
It's because PJ looks Mexican. That's
Yeah,
the
it's the
only
Mexican in it.
It's a little
He
Mexican.
totally does.
I do not underestimate his sneakiness.
Wait until PJ gets a tan. It'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
So, is there any upcoming events or anything important that
Tell
you
us,
would
Mark.
like to?
Yeah, we're playing in Guelph May 17th.
That's really the only really important thing right now.
Not too much other than that.
The summer's coming, and we really want to play on Warped Tour. So go to Ernie Ball and vote for us and share that stuff. And
do you have a particular link? ErnieBall.com.
No, battleofthebands.com // U, the letter U, / a new beginning 519.
You know, if you go to battleofthebands.com, click in the search and type in a new beginning.
Yeah, that's
we're
probably
there.
easier.
Also, Mandroid Echo Star, they're like in second place right now.
Sons of bitches.
Give
Hey,
them a vote.
You know what?
'cause-
Cheech is listening right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hi, Cheech.
Hate that guy.
Me too. You know what? He is so beautiful.
And he has such a good
I gotta bring in
voice.
that disc because we're gonna play their
Oh
stuff.
yeah, for sure. I want
Yeah,
to.
it's-
I've listened to some of their stuff.
It's
Yeah,
no
great
baloney.
band.
No baloney.
So
Maybe
if
we
you
should
don't
try to
vote
get
for
them,
us,
yeah?
vote for them because they're really good.
You can vote for both, though.
There's only one winner though, right?
No, there's 5.
There's
Oh,
5.
okay.
That's
Well,
actually that's the plan. They're like, if we win, we're gonna sneak you guys on. And I told them if we win, we're not gonna sneak them. We're just gonna go and play, and they're gonna have to pay. So.
So you said May 17th in Guelph.
Yep.
Where
With,
in Guelph?
The Red Papaya.
Yeah, we're
Red
playing at
Papaya.
a Thai restaurant
Yeah,
apparently.
we're getting
With
some
American
pad
Hell.
Thai and
Yeah, with
play
our
some-
buddies in
yeah.
American Hell.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
I was very skeptical on this, but everyone says it's a cool venue. Apparently.
If it's not a cool venue, it's gonna be cool food.
Yeah.
Or spicy food.
Green curry.
Yeah, we're gonna
Heck
get
yeah.
Yummy.
gonna get pad Thai, and then I'm gonna have to crap my pants and play a show.
Or do both at the same time.
That's a show. That's people getting their money's worth right there.
Yep. So, yeah, I've been close, but it's never happened.
Want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
And thanks for getting behind us and supporting us. By the way, you guys do run a podcast yourselves, right?
We do. I run a Dudecast where we talk about offensive stuff and music, similar to London Indie Underground.
Awesome.
Thanks, Edie.
That was great.
Well
What's the
brought up.
score?
4-1 Boston.
Wow.
Wah, 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 wah.
Don Cherry wears some awful suits, but today was particularly bad. Worse than usual.
I'd rock a Don Cherry suit to this. Why not?
Would you
Only
start a
for-
social uproar
That might
like
be
he
a-
does?
Maybe not. Well, once again, guys, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Any new stuff that you have coming down the pipe, make sure to hit us up, and we'll do what we can to try to support you.
Of course.
You know, we're centered on London, but we want to focus on Southwestern Ontario, and importantly, to make sure you get us a copy of the new stuff. I do not have it yet because we now Brendan and I have the radio show on CHRW's CHRW Radio. 94.9 every Friday from 3:30 to 6 p.m. So it's a primetime show during the drive where we're featuring nothing but London and Southwestern Ontario
Let's do
town.
it every Friday. He has the last two.
gets me stoked for the weekend.
I've
If you
actually
go to
been
the beer
listening to it
store after
online.
work and it's the right time.
Exactly. See, while you're driving to the beer store, you could be listening to us.
Did you notice that we let 4 fucks go by?
Apparently there were
That's
4
right.
F-bombs.
I thought I
in it.
heard one, but I wasn't sure because it was
And
kind
we
of in the
tried to
background.
bleep one out with
I
the
used the
ED
cut button, it
and
didn't work.
at all.
ED button's broken.
When you're around the characters as ourselves so long, you don't even notice it.
You know what? It's
everyday
only going to be a
conversation.
problem if anybody complains, and then we'll probably get spoken to. But believe me, we didn't personally drop the F-bomb. It was in a couple of songs that, it happens.
I may test the water one day, though.
No.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Are you listening?
Dude,
Are
if
you
you
listening to
complain,
this shit?
Edie's gonna come to your house and steal your lunch money.
I have some audio here that I need to pull out of the archive. One late night, it was actually, I think it was our grand opening for Underground Sound, our rehearsal studios here, and Edie was DJing, and I went live stream and
Because I was
it's-
wasted, he thought it was a great idea.
It was. And we had people listening that were tweeting us saying, this is the greatest thing ever. And it's Edie going, we're fucking podcasting.
Are you fucking listening to this shit?
That was great. All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks again for coming in. We got to get to some more music here. But once again, make sure to hit us up with any upcoming stuff that you got, okay?
Cool. Thanks for having us.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, a new beginning. So let's get to the Alcoholies. As I said, we're going to do a double shot of them. And features Mercedes from the band Kitty, as well as Tanya Keeler, who is one of the former members. This is a band called the Alcoholies. This is Flashback to 93 in the London Indie Underground. the Alcoholies with Flashback to 93 here on the London Indie Underground. Coming up here in a few moments, we are going to debut the new video for Halfway to Barstow, produced by 331 Productions. Apologies that we got it a little later in the program today, but that said, we were pretty jam-packed and derailed a few points with this hockey game that Toronto is on the losing end of here. And I got to tell you, I'm kind of bummed out. But at least they're in the playoffs, right? At least they made it there.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in the playoffs for like ages.
9 years. Now there's anybody else.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't pay attention to hockey. I used to play hockey, but that was it. And it's kind of surprising. I mean, I don't watch hockey. I don't pay attention to it. I don't really care for it. But now that I see him in the playoffs, I'm like, wow, well, good for them.
Welcome to Canada, man. It's our sport.
Well, I'm not a sport person. I don't care about sports. I know that's harsh to say as a Canadian, but nah. Whatever.
It's not. It's... Yeah.
I just don't...
All right. He's, you know what, though? He's being a good sport about it. And I'll tell you, if it was the other way, I would not be a good sport.
I'm not trying to be a good sport. I'm trying to check out and get the wings for the third period.
Okay, fair enough.
No, but I'm being a good sport.
You going? Okay. No, you are. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just heard from Gary. Looks like everything's okay,
good.
which I'm happy about.
Good.
So, but something he had to tend to. So,
fair.
Thankfully,
yeah,
everything's okay.
Yeah, I'm glad, man, because he
never happens. Never happens. And you know, Gary's kind of the strong silent type, but you know, I love when he kind of chimes in, especially when he takes exception to some of the topics, right? Because he doesn't pull any punches with what he says. And for those of you that don't know, Gary actually has a pretty storied music career. Played with the almighty Trigger Happy.
One of the best Canadian punk rock bands
of all time.
Yes.
Yeah, certainly. I think they're
up there.
Yeah,
they're up there.
Yeah, no question. So we love having him here. So I'm glad everything's all right. So before we end this thing off and we get to this video here for Halfway to Barstow, a couple of things that I need to address. First off, once again, the website is up and running, LondonIndieUnderground.com. And what we're doing is we're encouraging people to utilize this website to showcase your stuff as far as shows and stuff go. And I was alluding to earlier how I know that, you know, I want to say our competition, but really I don't think of it as competition because we're all in this thing together and we just offer different, you know, varying levels of service, and some paid and some not. But through our website, it is a you know, not-for-profit, where there's a calendar there, an events calendar that gives bands the, you know, ability to go and plug in the show information so that people can peruse it and find out what's happening in the community. And you know, it's one thing if somebody else is spamming Facebook and you know, as many different pages and whatnot as possible, but it's another thing when people want to go to a site and see what's happening in the community, and that's what we're trying to do, and we're hopeful that that you'll embrace it. So once again, LondonIndieUnderground.com, go and check it out. Yes, we do offer an umbrella of services here that we want to illustrate, but really all of the things that we offer is just a means for support to the community, and fundamentally it's really about the music and about the band. So we just want to thank everybody for embracing us and showing the love and support that you have, because believe me, it's really humbling. So we got a couple of announcements. So next week on the podcast, it's going to be a jam-packed one. We're joined by lots of people. So first off, Simon Larachette, who is this year's recipient for the Jack Richardson Music Award for engineer-producer, is going to be coming into the studio to talk about his recording studio, the Sugar Shack. You know, some people have said to me, you know, why do you have people that come on in your competition in your studio and whatnot? And I don't look at it that way. I look at it as, you know, we're a community of people that all offer services and with a different take on it. And, you know, it's a big pie and there's plenty of room for all of us. So Simon's going to come on. He's a great dude. I'm looking forward to chatting with him. And there is a chance that he's also going to be joined by Bob Breen, who's an accomplished producer in this area. And those two have a great ongoing relationship. So it'll be great to see the dynamic between the two. And I'm sure there's some comfort level with them. And then the band that's going to join us is Texas King,
who are amazing.
They are amazing.
And they're playing tomorrow night at the APK.
Yes, that was the other segue I was going to make.
We'll kick it.
Okay, well, tomorrow night at the APK. There you go. Stole my thunder. But no, thank you. If any time, Brando, if there's anything that I miss, please feel free to chime in, because I know that's what you do. You're not chime in and but
that's what I do.
No. What I meant to say was in terms of promotion and stuff. That's your wheelhouse. So certainly. So we're also going to be joined next week by the members from Two Crown King. Wow, let's start that again.
Isn't that you?
Yeah.
Aren't we always joined by
no, we're always joined by
Two Crown King?
No. Creekside Strays. Forgive me, gentlemen. We're going to be joined by the Creekside Strays. So, listen, we just finished up their album here in the studio that I know they're very proud of, and I got to tell you, I'm super proud of it. I think it's some of my best work as far as a producer goes, and it's real stripped down rock and roll, but just great sounds. And their CD release is coming up May the 11th at Call the Office. So they're going to be joining us just for a bit of a preview. I think we're going to drop one of the tracks, and then they're probably going to swing by CHRW because they, would really like to come in and join us. And we kind of have an open door there. If you'd like to come and connect with us, please let us know.
It's a knock-knock door.
Yeah, it's a knock-knock, and no beverages in there. Where we have beers in here, none in there. And
No,
we can say fuck here, and you can't say fuck there. The Brandon Eady button doesn't work there.
No, we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying. Last Friday, Jimmy was really hungover, and we both needed coffee.
Oh, dear God.
And we had to keep them outside, so every 15 seconds, we'd play a song and go sit outside in the library.
Yeah, we certainly, the music to conversation ratio is a lot, it tips further the other way on the CHRW
Which is a
radio
good contrast.
show. Yes, but even more so on that day because we were hurting. We were definitely hurting units. Also, need to point out too, right now we are holding a contest called Battle for the Underground version 2.0. This was something that we did a short while back to help showcase some bands, but we stepped it up a notch, kicked it up a notch. And what we're doing is we're offering some bands some promotional opportunities here with this contest. So basically, if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/London Indie Underground, you click on events, scroll down the page, you're going to see Battle for the Underground version 2.0. If you click on that, all you need to do is post a link to your band's online page of choice. So whether it's, Bandcamp, whether it's MySpace, whatever you got. Post the link to it there, and then what you need to do is activate your fans, your friends, and your family to visit that event page and to click on like on the link or any links for your band on the wall of that page. What's going to happen is the top 3 like-getting bands, the London Indie Underground panel here is going to vote on who we believe is the winner of this contest. And the winner is going to receive, first off, a live interview and performance here on London Indie Underground podcast. You're also going to receive 1 free song recorded here at the Vault Recording Studio, as well as airplay on our primetime CHRW radio show, which is Fridays 3:30 to 6 p.m. We're going to spin that track there, the one that we record with you here. And last but not least, you're also going to get an opening show on a Summer Camp Productions event that's put on by Brandon Eady. So date to be determined.
Show fitting based on
show,
genre
yeah,
and
exactly. And this contest closes May 24th. So you got a little bit of time left, but I got to tell you, there's some bands on there with a head start right now. And the reason that we do the likes, I've had people ask me about that is because we want to see who's active and who's rallying their fans and their friends, as opposed to just throwing it up there and hoping for the best, right? Because there's something to be said for some self-promotion, but at the same time, it's going to come down to a little bit of work on your part. And that said, the second and third place bands will receive some airtime and promotion here through London Indie Underground as well. So there's certainly something in it for those top 3 bands. So I encourage you to get involved. Like I said, we've already seen some great support from it, and we've already been introduced to some brilliant bands as a result that we might not have heard of otherwise. So I think it's working beyond just the contest, but about showcasing some of the talent that we have in our market. Penalties? Oh, 2 in the box now.
That's 5-3.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay, last but not least, if you're in a band and you'd like to have your music featured here on the London Indie Underground podcast or our radio show, all you need to do is send us a quick email to londonindieug@hotmail.com. Please attach MP3 files. And very importantly, folks, make sure that you the MP3 files, make sure that they're coded so that it has your band name and song within the MP3 file. Because believe me, I've received a ton of MP3s, and after I download them and I import them, it doesn't have any of the band information, and I don't know whose song it is. So it makes it difficult for me to filter through them, and I apologize if we haven't gotten to your songs as a result of that. But please, send us a couple of MP3s. Make sure they're good quality, not too compressed, as well as any upcoming shows that you have. But furthermore, once again, LondonIndieUnderground.com, you can go and you can post your information up directly about the events that you have coming up. And believe me, we're going to talk about that. Anything that's on there is going to come onto the show. We're going to let people know about the events that are happening because we want to support you once again. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Before we end off with this video here, I need to thank Mr. Manson Keeler at Manson Tattoo for coming in and sitting in with us today.
Well, thank you so much, brother.
I really appreciate it, man. I can't wait to venture into this arrangement with you and to see what comes as a result. And at the same time, I'm hoping for you that, you know, not only apart from your art, that, you know, we can give people some insight in terms of your approach. But at the same time, too, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing if, you know, some of our listeners came and saw you for a consultation. And
oh, that'd be fantastic. Sure.
And we'll be showcasing any of the work that you do here so people can see what it's all about. And I can't wait to get started on this documentary.
No doubt. Really fun.
Excellent. Thank you again, eh?
Thank you, buddy.
Junior,
Yeah.
sorry, you know, we couldn't get you a job today.
That's okay.
We tried.
I'm always trying.
We'll see what we can do. We'll keep throwing it out there.
Thank you.
You know, we got some feedback. I mean, virtual lemonade stand. Or
yeah.
dude dogs. Dude dogs, man.
Dude
You
dogs.
could even probably skateboard and do the dude dog.
That'd be awesome.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep trying.
Yeah.
Give up.
Alex, want to thank you for coming in and tweeting up a storm for us. You're no longer the intern. Now you're just Alex.
Now just Alex.
Alex and Marcellus Wallace, too. I'm looking forward to getting some songs to you. Actually, I think we're going to start recording this week, if not next.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and then we can put some music into your ear holes. Some throwback sounds, Motown and soul. And last but not least, Brandon, thanks for coming. As always, I know obviously...
I'm here, but I'm not.
I know you could be sitting on a patio right now, and you're probably...
I don't give a shit about the patio. What's this?
I know.
We should really
So
do that, though.
4-1. Maple Leafs' third period, 17:46 remaining. Oh, God.
But yes, you're welcome.
No, thanks.
I'll see you Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. So every Friday, 3:30 to 6 p.m. 3:30 to 6
here.
p.m. Wow. Tune in, listen to me and this guy, which incidentally we may be hungover on Fridays. Who knows? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Love ya.
Bye.
Okay, so really excited about this. So I've been toiling with this computer deal here for the afternoon to try to figure out to make sure that I got this thing good to go because we've not debuted any video through this thing yet.
Okay.
So the gentlemen from Halfway to Barstow were nice enough to connect with us and asked us if we would be willing to debut their video through our podcast, which I'm humbled by because absolutely, you want me to pump your stuff? Totally cool. And I know they have some people watching and waiting with some anticipation here as well as themselves. And I hope this thing goes off with a hitch. So I just want to thank you for tuning in to another edition of the London Indie Underground. My name is Jimmy James. We're broadcasting live from the Vault Recording Studio here at Adelaide and Princess. Join us again next week, 7 to 9 p.m. Simon Larachette, as well as Texas King. And a whole bunch of other stuff because you never know who's going to show up. And we might have the game on again, just saying. So, bear with me for a second here, folks, while I tweak these knobs and do my thing, and I'm going to get this this video going for you. So, it's Halfway to Barstow, coming up here momentarily.
help me find my way out of this reality. Won't someone please help